Yo, right here in the small box. Anyway, hip hop beats Drake again. New law passes to keep rap lyrics out of court. Well, here we go. Like, comment, share, subscribe. You know the vibe. You tap in with your favorite Canadian reaction channel and network. Let's go ahead and get started, bro. Talk to us, Screw. What's good?
Ladies and gentlemen, I don't care what people are talking about. I don't care what people are reacting to. I don't care what people are posting. I almost don't even care how this video performs. This is the most important news in hip hop, freedom of speech, and freedom of artistic expression. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't think I've made a video this important and this big in a while. Now, before we start, I need you to go get one of these. Hip hop always wins.
How does this man always got a shirt for something, bro? This dude always got a shirt for something. That's so crazy.
I need you to get one of these. Link is in the pinned comment. Go to fromthevillage.us, grab one. Anyone who grabs one this week, I'm giving a personal shout out and thank you video I will be sending. Ladies and gentlemen, we got people like Aubrey Graham who are actively suing over rap lyrics, who are actively trying to step and limit freedom of speech and freedom of artistic expression. And yesterday, ladies and gentlemen, I can't believe I'm reading this. This is the ISO cam. The newly passed PACE Act would restrict when prosecutors can cite rap lyrics in a criminal case, part of a nationwide effort to limit the practice.
Nationwide? Whoa. Nationwide? Newly passed PACE Act would restrict when prosecutors can cite rap lyrics in criminal cases, part of a nationwide effort to limit the practice. Wow. Nationwide, yo, Aubrey, it's done, gang. That appeal is not gonna fall through, gang. It's over, bro. If this is nationwide, it's done. That's raps.
Get this video to 8,000 thumbs up. I need this. Like I need nothing. I need a bunch of this video to be flooded up with comments that says hip hop always wins. Yes. This is directly going against Drake, directly making it harder for him to impede. And I cannot believe that the people outside of hip hop are the ones fighting for hip hop. Let me not even say they're outside of hip hop. Let me not even just assume. Why am I assuming that? Could be a bunch of hip hop heads in Maryland who passed this. My bad, I'm bugging. But hip hop is winning. Ladies and gentlemen, an attack on creative freedom. Maryland passes new law to keep rap lyrics out of criminal cases. This is what I've been saying. This is what I've been fighting for. This is what I've been protesting against. This is why I have a problem with Drake to my core. Drake never does the suing thing. We just have the battle. I have no problem with Drake, really. He caught a nasty L, and I'll probably make jokes for the rest of the time, but no problem. It was this when you crossed hip-hop. What did I say? My bias is hip-hop. We all have a bias. Shirts coming soon. My bias is hip-hop. And
this dude always got a shirt for something, bro. It's so funny.
Once you go against that, you go against me. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to read this. Listen, Maryland passes legislation on Thursday to restrict when prosecutors can cite rap lyrics as criminal evidence against the artists who wrote them, becoming the third state to reign in this controversial practice. It's crazy we got to make specific laws for hip hop. I want people to know that this was always about black art. Let's keep it real. Now, there are going to be people who gonna ask, but what about the people
Bro, honestly, you gotta blame them dudes out here that be snitching on the tracks. These dudes are willing to snitch on a track to piss off one dude so that they can get their point across or whatever. I don't even know why they snitching on the tracks, to be honest. But let me just say this. All them dudes that been doing that, they're lucky. They're all them dudes doing that shit, they're lucky as hell. All right? Now, this applies more towards other moments, specifically with Drake and UMG, which is crazy, by the way. But It should have been like this the whole time. The level of care when it comes to hip hop is actually interesting to see, because they'll watch and listen to the music videos or listen to the music, but when it comes down to talking about it, ain't nobody want to be part of the conversation. I find that interesting personally. I find that real interesting personally, bro. That's just me. But it's just like, when you sit and think about it, knowing that this is fictional, or the potential behind it can be fictional, or what it's saying could be along the lines of something that's a part of your life to the point where it seems real, it's always best to look at this as it's just fiction, because when you put words together well in a bar, it's going to make the people react in a certain kind of way, regardless if it's positive or negative. But the fact that there's a reaction to the words just shows how strong hip-hop is. And that's dope as hell. So this should have been around since like the 90s, the 2000s, 2010s. Like, this is long overdue.
Who just straight up incriminate themselves and in their lyrics and stuff. Let me make a distinction, right? To me, my rule of thumb is, once you get to rapping about actual crimes, actual murders, actual deaths, and you start saying names and stuff, you're no longer rapping. You are confessing over a beat. That shit, go ahead, use that. I don't give a damn about that. If you talk about, we shot Pete in the head at 12:30 on 63rd and then yeah, you should go to jail, nigga. Because my thing would be,
hey, we gonna need the hip hop police after this one. Now that we've established that the lyrics should not be used in court, the only way to use these lyrics in court is if we have a hip hop police division, so that we can get to the bottom of these certain kind of murder cases. You know, we should be talking about the King Vons and them, but we need the hip hop police. You know what I'm saying? Someone called Chameleonaire. All right, tell him to get up off his get up off his tail. All right, you out here in Silicon Valley, creating and being some sort of scientist. Get up off your tail and come apply to be in the hip hop police, would you please?
At that point, are you saying if someone gets interrogated in a court, or like an interrogation, or say something, and then they throw a beat on, it's like inadmissible now? No. There's a difference between gangster rap and drill. That's why I say drill is one of the worst things that ever happened to black people, period. Gangster rap is different.
Drill is one of the worst things that happen to black people. Toronto drill is one of the worst things that could happen in Toronto. Let's just say that. Like, bro, oh my God. The fact that there's actually something called Toronto drill is crazy to me. There's nothing. Let's just keep going.
Gangster rap is Quentin Tarantino. Gangster rap is the movie Scarface. Drill is just watching a documentary of Jeffrey Dahmer. That's the difference. You feel me? I always thought niggas who like drill too much, there's something wrong with you, brother. Enjoy Millie Rocker while niggas talking about killing niggas' fathers and sons. You over here Millie Rocking to it. You never even met these niggas. Anyway.
Hey, yo, I know you weren't just Millie Rocking on any block, nigga.
My bad. Let's get back to it. The Protecting Artists Creative Expression Act, the PACE Act, would allow prosecutors to use rap lyrics and other creative expression only after a judge has decided that it meets certain strict requirements, including that it was intended as a literal statement and the facts. Okay, so like I said, this isn't a thing to help those drill rappers. Now you can lock all them niggas up. I don't give a fuck. Y'all niggas is disgusting. And you niggas ain't rappers, by the way. Let's stop tainting rap music where a bunch of sociopaths and serial killers hijacked rap and then started to try to rewrite the rules. Like, no, we're not psychos, bro. We're not psychos. You are. And I know somebody like Drake right now. You know this stuff is against Drake. You know you have to make these laws and stuff because of Drake. The fact that it was put into law. Drake is the most anti-hip-hop nigga that's probably ever been in hip-hop. I'm going to keep it gangster. This is Man, the law, which is expected to sign by Governor Westmore, shout out to Westmore, is part of a broader effort to limit this tactic, which criticizes, which critics say stifles freedom of speech and sways juries by playing to racial biases. Young Thug and Lil Durk have both recently faced indictments that quoted their lyrics. Anyway. The passage of PACE Act in Maryland marks an important victory for music creators, says Harvey Mason Jr., CEO of Recording Academy and State Federal. Silencing any genre or form of artistic expression is an attack on creative freedom. We'll say that again. Silencing any genre or form of artistic expression is an attack on creative freedom. Ladies and gentlemen, who has been saying this since day one? You can put it in the comment section. What rapper and YouTuber has been saying this since day one?
You, Nick.
Go back and watch all my videos about this Drake case, and I guarantee you will be like, wow, Screw was saying what these legal experts said.
Hey, Josh, take care, bro. I appreciate you for the dono, by the way, bro. You clearly the MVP for today, for sure. Yeah, we gonna talk tomorrow, so I think tomorrow we're going to get to the bottom of things in the Discord. So anybody and everybody that can be in attendance for that Discord call, pull up. Because we're going to talk. We got to get to the bottom of things. But I appreciate you. Take care, bro.
Ivy League people have been saying the whole time, yeah, because it's not some complicated thing. I tweeted this, and it really hit me after I tweeted it. Stan Wars and Standom really got niggas championing a nigga who is actively trying to limit artistic expression and your freedom of speech in a country he's not from. Do you realize that he will have set a legal precedent in America that might not even set in Canada?
Damn. Oh, shit. Damn. God damn. They really, hey, let me say it. They really wouldn't do it in Canada. Let me get that out of the way. We really wouldn't do it here. God. See, now when you say it like that, now I gotta sit here and just be like, damn, bro. Like, that lawsuit was the biggest mistake he's ever done in his whole career. You're going to sue the same people that raised you because of the assumption that they're using certain tactics to one-up you, when in reality, it's literally not the case in any kind of way. But how do you know they're using these tactics unless they've been using those tactics for you? Now I gotta look at you like you are just blind, and that's all I can say. Are you just blind? You're just blind. You don't realize what's happening around you. You're the golden goose. You're the golden child, but you had no idea how this came to be, is what I'm seeing. To sue your own label off of something like that. First of all, you're suing for the wrong song. Let's get that out the way. You're suing because they called you a pedo on this song. What about Meet the Grams, bruh? The only reason why you're suing Not Like Us is because it went so viral that it literally took down you. You did this to yourself because you've been warned. That's crazy to me. J. Tom, exactly. It's crazy. Ignorance is bliss. There you go. less of the golden and more the goose is crazy. But be critical. This is what a lot of people in Toronto are, or why I say Toronto like that. This is what a lot of people in Toronto be fighting with, because they're not being critical with the situation that's in front of them. Everybody is lollygagging and dancing around the fact that you don't do that. Ever. Forget you're suing. hip hop, period. But you're suing your own label. That's crazy. That is crazy. It's damn right they're gonna enforce laws like this, where you can't use the court. You can't use the lyrics in court. You're damn right they're gonna enforce that, because what you're doing makes zero sense, bro. Take the L, bro. You literally been Meek Milled. And you had a choice. You were given a choice to keep it friendly or not. He said, you can take it there. I can take it further. And that's something you don't want to do. Don't tell no lie about me, and I won't tell truths about you. And then 616 in LA, bro. That's crazy to me. That is so crazy to me. You're going to sue your label because your feelings got hurt on a song that went viral and was the song of the summer. Damn near twice. Bro, Not Like Us is going to be... Not Like Us is ether. Not Like Us is literally damn near every diss song ever created that took down an artist, all put together in one song, and it's directed to you. And then you're going to sue because they called you a pedo. And you're not suing for Meet the Grams where he said you going to die. Comparing you to Jeffrey Epstein and all that. Yo.
If you've gotten to the point where you are celebrating a champion, you're not a hip hop fan. You're just here to burn down the village. You want to cut your nose to spite your face. Drake don't even know that this helps Drake. This helps Drake. Anyway. Prosecutors have used rap lyrics for decades to win convictions against the people who wrote them. And there's a lot of people like, not the dude from, oh my God, I can't remember. He was No Limit. And they caught him up for his lyrics too on some BS. I'm not talking about Silk. I'm not.
Yo, Connor, you kind of understand. I would love to hear from you, bro. Let me know. Tell me more. Because you say, to be honest, if Drake was Irish, I'd find a lot more harder to hate on him. So I understand Canadians ignoring all this. Please enlighten me, bro. I'm so curious to hear what you guys say.
I'm talking about C Murder. It was another dude. Man, I can't remember. Light skinned buddy. I can't remember his name.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, that's confirmation. Ladies and gentlemen, let me please direct you to Connor's recent comment. That is confirmation that they're playing Not Like Us in high schools. That is absolute confirmation that they're playing Not Like Us in high schools. They had it in rotation for like a good month or two, no matter if it was hip-hop head, a Swiftie, a 90s rock guy, anybody and everybody was bumping it. Yo, Malcolm, bro, what's popping? How you feeling, gang? What's good, bro?
Critics have long complained about this, arguing it denies defendants, innocent or guilty, their right to a fair trial by treating rap music as literal confession rather than art. But remember, they said the judge has to deem it, so if it is a confession, good, you can use it. But for most cases, no. For most cases, no. That's why when they said Lil Durk.
Wait, someone stole your phone. Who do you got to swing on, bro? Who you got to swing on? But I'm glad you're back, gang. What's good?
And Young Thug, I went. Ask me how high. I tell them high as duck. You're saying names, bro. So, anyway. But courts around the... Dissing on my cousin, I was asked all in that wood. But courts around the country largely upheld this practice, leading to the push for legislative change. In late 2020, the Maryland Supreme Court upheld a murder conviction against Lawrence Montague, at least partially based on jailhouse rap, in which prosecutors say he admitted to the crime. In technical terms, the law would not ban the use of lyrics in criminal cases. Like I said, there are certain times where, mostly it's drill. Mostly it's drill. It's very...
Let me tell you something, bro. I really don't like this drill shit. Drill was cool when it first came out. Let me just say that first. When drill was first coming out, and you had the best artists on drill in America specifically, because I do agree with Connor when it comes to the UK. UK's drill, the UK like grime, rap, whatever, it is light years ahead of US drill. US drill is like the simplified version of UK drill. If I'm going to be super honest. And look what it did to New York. Like, oh my God. Look what it did to New York, bro. It's crazy. I still think Kendrick went light on him. Hey, T-Dub, absolutely. I agree with you 1,000%. For what Kendrick can really do, bro, that was like baby food for him. But yeah, but when we had the first couple artists come out for drill, when he had the Pop Smokes, when he had Lil TJ, when he was like in his prime back then, when he had Fabio Foreign, even like Smooth L, like I think Smooth L was like one of the first dudes to sing on a drill beat. From when he sung on the intro, that was tough. I ain't gonna hold you. So when drill first came out, it was fire. But when drill was established and all these new kids started to come out with their shit, it was garbage. It was garbage. But best believe I'm gonna put on Pop Smoke. R.I.P. to Pop Smoke for sure, because he was on the like the way he was gonna elevate himself to being an actual artist outside of drill was going to be something magical, but that got cut short. He should never share his location, bro. Oh, you hate to see it, but man, that was Pop Smoke was one of them ones for sure. And then 5e, he like a producer now, so it is what it is.
Very specific times though, and we gotta stop acting like that's the main thing and not the outlier. Instead, it would require prosecutors to show by preponderance of evidence that the lyrics are worthwhile evidence. Before lyrics will be admitted, judges will require that the artists intend them as literal statements. Oh my God. This is literally the Drake thing. This is literally the reason why Drake lost. And why Drake has to lose with extreme, was it prejudice? He has to lose. I mean, he already has, but he has to keep losing bad with this case. That they refer to the fact that the case and they are relevant to disputing the fact in the case. That echoes similar law enacted in California in 2022, which created a so-called rebuttable presumption against the use of lyrics. Look, 2022. Damn. Louisiana has also passed restrictions on creative expression as evidence. New York has come close, and a federal bill has been introduced several times in Congress. Thank you. Kevin Lyles, music industry veteran and chairman of the Free...
T-Dub, that's a fact. T-Dub, that's a fact. When 5e came out and his first track, Big Drip, when he had songs like Wetty, that was the best 5e, period, when he first came out. And I hate that it's like that for a lot of these dudes. I hate that your best-ish was from when you first came out, because once they're established and they're trying to like elevate, it's like they just keep going down and down. I'm like, bro, like, don't you see like the kind of energy you were on when you first came out, bro? Put that cup down. That cup is the reason why your music's not hot. You don't need to be drinking no lean in the studio. We need your energy. You out here, you came in with energy. You got to remain with that. Now you trying to create a vibe. You the energy guy. Why the hell would I want a vibe from you? That's so crazy to me, bro. And I still have Big Drip in rotation every now and then. To be honest, with me practicing DJing and shit, I had to make sure and go get songs like that. I made sure go get songs like Big Drip and Wetty, because those songs used to fly around the world like crazy. So I got those in rotation again, along with a lot of other songs from New York. Smooth L definitely put that on rotation. Crazy.
Our art group that pushed for the Maryland legislation said in a statement Friday that he hoped that other states would soon tackle what he called growing weaponization of creative expression across, courtrooms in America. It's funny that the spearhead of this is a rapper. The person that's really doing this is a rapper. Across America. As a kid growing up in Baltimore, music found me and hip-hop saved my life. Lau said, when this bill is signed, we're turning our attention to New York State next, and we hope to have 2 bills passed this year. Ladies and gentlemen, shout out.
This man done cut himself off. Let me just say this real quick. This is long overdue. So all this that we're witnessing right now is definitely long overdue for sure, right? So looking at it, I'm sitting here, I'm just like, to be honest, it's not really a major surprise for me. I see it more as it's about time when I look at things like this. When they pass lyrics to keep lyrics out of court, it's about time. That's the same petition. If I'm correct, is that not one of the petitions Drake signed to keep the lyrics out of court? And then here you come talking about he called me a pedo. Bro, take the L and move on. The reason why you're looked at like this, the reason why Not Like Us is undeniably the greatest diss track ever is because of the actions that you took after the viral moment. Because of how you were moving and how you were acting, that's the reason why the song is still a hit. Go ahead and make you do some dumb ish. People ran back Not Like Us because we're trying to tell you the way you're moving is not hip hop. Therefore, you are not like us. Do people not understand the metaphor behind it? Do people not get that it's a metaphor? Don't get it twisted. You're getting directly shot at. Cool. But at the end of the day, you know, this is hip hop. This is rap battles. We're going to bend the truth and we're going to let you know, oh, look, this is what you look like and why you look like it. So we can win. Hip hop won. That's it. You don't understand the creative expression that comes with the same genre that you're in. That's questioning your integrity. That's questioning your character at this point. If I'm going to be super honest, I'm looking at you and I'm real concerned because for someone that's here in Toronto, for someone that's here in Canada, your actions get reflected onto the people. And that's not a positive thing. Because if you're moving like that, just imagine the kind of people be moving like that in the city. Not a whole city in shambles. Not a whole city look weird. Not a whole city is on some strange and peculiar energy. Off of your back. This is why I keep saying that, yo, whether you like it or not, when you are the best in your city, there's some leadership that's attached to it. And the way you move is gonna determine how the people gonna move at the same time. That's just how it goes. So with the way you're moving right now, just imagine how people be moving in the city. That's crazy to me. Nah, Quickie, I agree with you wholeheartedly. It's a representation of the streets. Quickie, most good UK drill artists don't sacrifice lyricism. A lot of them are actually better lyricists. Valid. That's very valid, to be honest. Heady one. Okay. I know a lot of people can't get past the accent barrier. Heady one is a good artist. But at the end of the day, I can only listen to a certain amount of drill at any one time before I need a change. No, that's valid. That's super valid. And I do get the part where you're talking about you got to dumb yourself down. I get that part. But hey, man, that's what it is. That's what the younger generation gravitated to. You know what I'm saying? But this right here, it's about time. I'll reserve the excitement when the appeal is done. All I gotta say is about time. That's it. That's all I gotta say, you know?